White flag is raised. That off in the Tattersalls Ireland Novice Hurdle, the final grade 1 of the festival, over 2 miles. For your information, the second last hurdle is out due to the low-lying sun. Therefore, 7 flights to jump. SIR GERHARD, the favourite, tracked by Market Principle. 3 Stripe Life as they come to the first flight. Colonel Mustard will meet up with it in third. On the outside is Gatsby Grey and then Statuaire, the Royal Bond winner. Watch House Cross next with Fat Out, and held up is My Mate Mozzie as they come up to pass the judge on their way to flights 2 and 3. Making the running is SIR GERHARD, leads 1 length, 3 Stripe Life, 2.5 in front of Colonel Mustard, and then Gatsby Grey and Statuaire, the orange jacket. Watch House Cross taking a fierce grip on the outside of My Mate Mozzie, and then Fat Out. On to flight number 2. SIR GERHARD in front of 3 Stripe Life. A break then of 2.5 to 3 lengths to Colonel Mustard and Gatsby Grey. And yet to settle, Watch House Cross is pulling his way right up through the field. On towards the turn, just before they jump the third flight. SIR GERHARD, who was very polished here at Christmas, has extended his advantage over 3 Stripe Life. Watch House Cross next with Colonel Mustard and Gatsby Grey and Statuaire. And then My Mate Mozzie and Fat Out as they turn towards the 10 furlong point. In the lead is SIR GERHARD by 2 lengths to 3 Stripe Life. A narrow third, Watch House Cross from Colonel Mustard, then Gatsby Grey, Statuaire, Fat Out, and My Mate Mozzie as they turn into the back straight to the first of 3. Soon at the halfway stage, SIR GERHARD increases the lead at 3 over 3 Stripe Life, then Colonel Mustard, Watch House Cross, followed by Gatsby Grey, then Statuaire, Fat Out, and My Mate Mozzie. At the first flight in the back straight, it's SIR GERHARD into it, over, and a bit novice-y, 3 Stripe Life, jumped closer as a result, and then Colonel Mustard, Watch House Cross, Gatsby Grey, Statuaire, Fat Out, My Mate Mozzie. Little changes going to the flight across from the stand. SIR GERHARD, again far from fluent. 3 Stripe Life is back within a length and a half, and then Colonel Mustard, Watch House Cross, Statuaire, Gatsby Grey, Fat Out, My Mate Mozzie, the final 3. Heading towards what now is the second last. It's SIR GERHARD in front from 3 Stripe Life. After them, the 2 favourites, Colonel Mustard, Watch House Cross, and on the inside is Statuaire, heading towards the end of the back straight. With a lengthy run to the final flight. They've a little more than half a mile to go in the Tattersalls Ireland Novice Hurdle. SIR GERHARD attempting to make all is tracked closely by 3 Stripe Life. Now there's 4 lengths to Colonel Mustard, being followed by Fat Out, who's picked up ground on the outside of Statuaire, and then My Mate Mozzie, dropping back both Gatsby Grey and Watch House Cross. Just over 3 furlongs to go as they head for their approach to the straight. Still on their way to the final flight, and it is SIR GERHARD in front of 3 Stripe Life. Colonel Mustard is now wound up in third place, a few lengths behind them. Then Fat Out, My Mate Mozzie, Statuaire, they're well spaced out, turning into the straight to the final flight in the Tattersalls Ireland Novice Hurdle. It's SIR GERHARD and Townend in front of 3 Stripe Life and Davy Russell, who's now hard at work. There's 2 lengths between them as they come to the final flight, and SIR GERHARD has been asked to stretch from 3 Stripe Life, who's not lying down. Back in third is Colonel Mustard as they head for the final flight. It's SIR GERHARD in front from 3 Stripe Life. SIR GERHARD over. A mistake by 3 Stripe Life inside the final furlong, and it's SIR GERHARD pulling away from 3 Stripe Life. SIR GERHARD is equally as impressive at the Dublin Racing Festivals. 3 grade 1s on day 2 for Townend and Willie Mullins. In second is 3 Stripe Life. Colonel Mustard is in third place, and the rest are some way back.
Every bit of that novice hurdle you just saw looked like a good race, and SIR GERHARD won it like the class horse that we know he is. Willie Mullins, was there any part of that that thrilled you, surprised you, amazed you, or was it just as you expected?
I was disappointed how he jumped down the back. He galloped through 2 or 3 hurdles. I was giving out before the race that the second last was taken out. Halfway down the back I said maybe it's a good thing, yeah.
Take a few more out, yeah.
Yeah, but he jumped what was the second, what is, or anyhow, the third last, we'll call it, he jumped that well and then jumped the last well. So he galloped the whole way to the line, which was fantastic. You know, he was very good.
So those little blemishes, do you think he was just being a bit arrogant, a bit lackadaisical?
I don't know. I'm waiting until I talk to Paul to see what he thinks. He hung off the bend here past the stand and then was all over the place going to the hurdle away from the stands here. So was he just idling in front? I don't know. Was something annoying him? We'll find out when Paul comes back in. And then he got very keen, I thought, around the top bend. And when he got keen, then he didn't jump well because he was so efficient here at Christmas. You know, he jumped like a handicapper. So I was disappointed with his jumping.
All right, that's the negatives. There's a lot of positives there. This horse is a serious animal, serious quality. Do you see him as a very fast horse, or do you think he wants a little bit further?
I think he can do either. I think I'd have no trouble going to the Supreme Novice with him. I'd have no trouble going to the Ballymore. It's just which decision we're going to do. I think he's entitled to go to either one.
So really, it's just a question of what else you got, what the opposition is, and make the decision late as.
That's it. We'll just see what's in either race and then make our mind up.
I mean, 7 supreme performances over the last 2 days. Which one are you most pleased with?
To me, the bumper horse stands out. You know, I think we saw something special. He was even better than I thought he was. So, anyhow.
Well done.
Thank you.